You don't know these streets like we do. 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 You know these streets like we do. Like we do. You know these streets like we do. Like we do. You know these streets like we do. Like we do. You know these streets like we do. Like we do. You know these streets like we do. Like we do. You know these streets like we do. Like we do. You know these streets like we do. Like we do. You know these streets like we do. insane.
And a very good warm welcome to everybody this evening as we are in the PUBG Africa Season 1 week number 7, the Challenger Battle. Coming at you guys this evening. We're going to play 4 matches, and tonight I am joined by the handsome Mr. Viking. What's up, my dude?
Oh, what's up, everybody? Thanks for having me again tonight.
Yeah, you did some casting last week, and you know, we thought we'd bring him back into the fray, get him into things as well. It's me also, you know, have a little bit of conversation with somebody other than myself. But plane path here, Valley de Mar over to Impala, low plane path here, Viking.
Yeah, I mean, that's not something that I would enjoy. Honestly, I think a lot of the people like landing in the northern parts of the map, so it's going to be interesting to see where these teams actually do drop at the end of the day.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, this is not the best of maps to have a lone plane path. I mean, you're going to see people going to try and, I would imagine some people are going to try and stretch it over to Picardo. We can see Team Majesty heading that way as well. But we got 2 new teams. Well, not new teams, but a team that separated, got more members. Split into what's it called? Extended Mag, previously known as JMSP, and
it's Mates Alliance Gaming.
Yeah,
is the new team that formed.
Yes, it is indeed, and you can see Mates Alliance Gaming with Get Wrecked at the helm. There is going to be landing over to a different spot there. They got Resnad in there as well, and quite a good player. Used to play for Nos back in the day as well.
Yeah, it's quite an interesting pickup. I know Resnad has been looking for a team for quite a while now, so it's nice having back in the scene. You know, it's going to be interesting to see what this team can bring to the table.
Yeah, I mean, let's just like I said, let's see what they can bring. Vega taking a couple shots over towards the members over there. Now, unfortunately, we don't have Team Majesty's logo not working. We'll fix that for the next game. Apologies to Team Majesty. Not entirely sure why that's not. It worked the last time we had the flag there. But we'll fix that at the end. And Team Majesty not getting hot dropped here. And they're in center.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's interesting because if you look at the previous, I want to say, month, I think I can say month, there's always been a team joining them and contesting them. I wonder if it's because of the low flight path, people didn't want to stretch it to there. So maybe Majesty having the good fortune that the teams were thinking like they're not going to go and extend it, because I think a lot of the teams would have to drop on similar spots then, and they wouldn't be able to drop together on their favored like building, I think, or something. I'm not too sure, but yeah, definitely interesting to see them alone in Picardo.
It definitely is. I see a couple of people not getting in here. Obviously, we had a couple of issues with teams getting on time here, guys. Remember, teams, get on time. Let's get all the issues. We even extended it by 5 minutes as well. So I see a couple of people already in chat in the Discord saying they couldn't get in, which is really unfortunate. But, you know, nothing we can really do about it at this stage. And looking over, you can see, which is now Extended Mag, in still in Minas Generalis, but they got 2 teams to the either side of, and the brand new team that's also joined us here, Viking.
Yeah, I mean, I think they've signed up half of their team on Discord over a month ago. You know,
as well. I just realized it's the wrong flag as well.
But yes, I mean, they signed up half of their team a few months ago, and they just never finished it and got to the point to actually playing. So it's good to have them joining us, and yeah, I like seeing what the new teams bring, because sometimes, you know, you get the new teams, but sometimes you get those teams that just surprise you, and I think if we can get some more surprises entering our lobbies, that would be great.
Yeah, 100%. Just to note for the viewers, they're not from South Africa. They are a North African team as well, so that's just the incorrect graphic that's popping up there as well. Seems that we're having a little bit of issues with incorrect graphics tonight, so do apologize to the team and to the 2 teams especially, which is Majesty and Gasp there, but hopefully you know, it doesn't matter what you look like as well, how much you frag at the end of the day, I guess.
Yeah, that's true. I think some people would differ on that topic. You know, some people taking skins and stuff like that into consideration, but yeah, I mean, skins they make you shoot better though. So
I mean,
I don't know.
I guess people appreciate skins, which then makes them like, you know, like, this is what I really like. I don't know. I mean, we'll have a quick look at what the skins all look like here. We got Mr. Beef Truck sporting the the first PGI leggings here. I mean, there's some old school coming out right there.
Yeah, I mean, Mr. Beefar has been playing for quite a while.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Definitely taking some breaks here and there, I guess. But I mean, we've got to consider him as one of our South African OGs.
Oh yeah, 100%. I mean, he's been around, like you said, for forever. As we see extended mag gonna take some shots over towards Gasp. Oh, but Titan's gonna get the tag on towards Mitch Main there, and nothing really too much. It's gonna be just that kind of a little skirmish wide battle here. Nothing more, nothing less, eh?
Yeah, it's interesting to see the teams group up as much as they are currently doing. I think I don't know what Gosp's loot is looking like, because I think all 4 of them actually landed on Graveyard as well.
Yeah, they all landed on Graveyard as well. And we see Team Wolves here taking the shots here. All 4 inside the Marauder as the friendly fire takes some shots on towards them. They're busy taking some shots back. Some tags coming through towards the Wolf quads, but they seem like they're gonna make it in just by, but they're gonna be hitting straight towards extended mag here, and things could get a bit spicy, yeah.
I know, they rolled their vehicle. I mean, this just went from bad to like the worst possible situation for them.
Yeah, we can see Bagel trying to get away from there as well. Millie also trying to get herself away from this. It's just, like you said, bad to worse, and Hassim gonna take out Millie there and get the knock on towards him. Takmazar, can he do anything from here? I mean, oof, this is not a good spot here for Team Wolves.
Yeah, and then I mean, Takmazar is gonna be running into extended mag pretty soon now. I'm pretty sure they can hear him, so it's gonna be. Oh, and then he misses the bullet, but then there is between comes the team, and I mean, there was no way that Takmazar would be coming out of that alive.
No, running into the 4-man of literally pretty much the old JMSP, now extended mag. I mean, you're not going to get much out of that one. And the rest of the team stuck in a spot of bother. They're just going to have to hold out and hope that no one pushes them from this angle. I mean, Gasp could do it, but they're also going to be exposed to extended mag. So, I mean, where they are, they can try and get themselves out. You can see them trying to get themselves further in and like using the terrain to their advantage. Titan's going to come out of the compound there on Graveyard, and let's see if they can make it. But for Gasp, they need to be careful of extended mag on the top of the hill here.
Yeah, I mean, now Wolf Quads running to the shack said, luckily they're going to pick up this extra vehicle spawn now. But that would leave Gasp on no vehicles at all, I presume.
Yeah.
So if the zone does shift away, Gasp might be in a little bit of trouble because they won't be able to really rotate as quickly as they would want to.
No, definitely not. As we see Elite going to take out Frenchie ZA. Born Sippy just inside the compound there as well. And I think that, yeah, looks like Rusty's are down to 2 members at the moment. They did come in with 3. I know they're probably having some connection issues as well. PUBG doesn't always play nice. Elite going to take some shots over towards him as he takes some more shots over towards Born. Slippy there. And they've got the other 2 Majesties right on their doorstep.
Yeah, I mean, I think Rusty Devil actually got taken out by Mates Alliance Gaming earlier, so definitely getting shot here by different teams and then being taken out in 16th. That's really unfortunate for them. Being at the shorter end of the stick for the first game of tonight.
Yep, but we know they can come back. They obviously got DJ Epics waiting in the lobby as well there for them. So, you know, for them, it's not all over. They've still got 3 games to come and really decimate the lobby as well. So, for the Genesis team is not all over yet. As we see, Gedrick can take some shots over towards Team Majesty here now, as Milton just covers up that vehicle there, and a good little spot here for the Mag team.
Yeah. I mean, over here to the right, I mean, we talked about Gasp not having a vehicle. They've actually surrounded Team Warwolf cards right now, and I think like a fight's gonna break out pretty quickly. And Titan actually shooting at Shadow Warrior now, and with the help of his teammate, taking out Shadow Warrior, leaving this in a 4v2 situation. I don't think Warwolf cards had any idea that God was putting up with it.
Yeah, the shots come raining out. Millie gonna get tagged up there as well as Titans moves in. Bad Girl trying to see what she can do here. She's the daughter of Shadow Wolf, as we've been told, which is really, really cool to see a father and daughter duo coming out in this. Can she win out the fight? She can't, and Asim will eliminate them. Out in 15 pace goes Team Werewolf cards, and that's really unfortunate. Just not able to peek outside their compound and watch Gasp just walk in.
Yeah, I mean, that was pretty unfortunate. I mean, I think that stems back to the first part where they flipped their vehicle and lost the tag Mazer at the beginning as well, you know. So being at the disadvantage from the early stages of the fight, being a man down. I mean, other than that, just not being aware of what was going on around them.
Yeah, just a little bit more, you know, awareness, keeping yourselves as much as possible up and going, you know, in the end. Invictus Games coming in from the south here. Last man standing for the Royal Knights as Mag team moves themselves in towards Power Grid as the circle shifts up towards the north of the playable area. We got the Smurfs inside the garage area, and for now, people just trying to find Death Seekers taking a very far rotate to the north here.
Yeah, I mean, I think I understand why. You know, it's interesting to see them actually rotating to the north, but now I'm wondering if that's just them trying to avoid teams or actually taking into consideration that the zone will probably move away from the mountains there. I mean, Rusty squad actually driving straight through friendly fire here at the moment, but heading straight into the goats.
Yeah, straight into the goats here, as well as 11's going to knock out Serenity there, and the rest of them are going to pull off. Their vehicle is starting to smoke as well, and oh, they got the vehicle stuck here. No, Franny gets out. Can Franny do anything? We'll try and get a bit closer, but Hendrik is going to continue on his way, leaving Franny behind. If they just peek over here, it's going to be bad news here, but from behind, the members of Goats going to take some shots on towards the Friendly Fire members here. And for Friendly Fire, this is not looking good for them.
Yeah, I mean, I think they're a bit confused being between the two teams there currently. So the Goats shooting them from their east and the west, you know. So I think they're a bit stuck there and confused by why there's so many people around them. I mean, luckily the Goats are splitting in 2-2 fashion now, so that gives Friendly Fire the chance to group up and maybe take on this fight on the other team.
Oh, that turnaround on towards Lols there from far four. Gonna be great. Oh no, Ugly Monkey doesn't spot out far four. That's still sitting on that angle. And Friendly Fire will get eliminated out in 14th position as the Walking Dead rotates past. They did get a bit of tags there on towards the members there, but Rusty Squad now going to take on the fight towards the two other members here. Franny going to take some shots over there with the AK 3 times, but does get shot in the back there by 11s, and just Heinrich left alive here.
Yeah, I mean, Franny had some good shots onto the player down below, but I think that reload was a bit unnecessary, and then ALNMSS takes out Heinrich there. But like I said, I think Franny, he had some good shots on the first player, but he shouldn't have reloaded, and he should have just tried to take the fight on the second player immediately.
Yeah, 100%. I would agree with that one as well. As the Goats will continue looting up. Two other members still in zone as the zone shifts very hard over towards the northeast. And for Death Seekers, it's looking like a good compound there for them at this stage. Could continue rotating up, or keep on shifting the zone, the circle up towards the north here. And I thought, coming back towards the Death Seekers here, I actually liked that rotate. They knew that the north side was going to be empty because of how low the plane path was. If you take into consideration, that was a good move
and the mountain range as well.
Yeah, I mean, there's some good work coming out there from the Death Seekers there, and getting themselves into a position where they can start to score points as well. And here comes Zambara as he'll take out one of the members of the Goats here. We'll throw out there. Does he spot out 11's to his left-hand side? He does not at the stage. 11's going to take some shots as Zambara going to just make his movement ever so closer here. But 11's in the screen. What do you do? Up to get into the zone or take on the fight inside zone in phase 3?
I mean, this is I think the Walking Dead has been playing the zone pretty well up until now. You know, coming in late, taking the third party on some of the teams. I mean, they were hitting some shots from friendly fight even earlier. I mean, your Gasps actually taking out Tunisian Risers as they were trying to run up the mountain. But that's the same fate awaiting the Walking Dead. I don't think they have a vehicle and they're stuck in the blue so far away.
Yeah, it's just unfortunate. It looks like the Walking Dead has got themselves a vehicle now as they rotate themselves in towards the zone as quickly as possible. But the entry point in here is going to be, look at this. We got Bish here holding the one entry point. We've got the extended mag team just on top here, and the Goats coming straight into Gosp here as well. So all these entry points into towards the zone are just covered by teams, and it's not looking good here for Walking Dead or the Goats at this stage.
Yeah, I mean, it's a really interesting playstyle as well, you know. I mean, looking at the teams that we've got here, I mean, I think we had the same discussion on Sunday with the champion battle about the teams always playing edge. And I wonder sometimes if it's them actually trying to gate people, or rather them just trying to play safe, knowing that they are currently in the zone and not really wanting to move out further because they don't want to take any risk. So, I mean, definitely, getting some kills here on the edge, but I would definitely like to see these teams trying to get more central position.
Yeah, extended mag gonna take some shots on towards the left here, but underneath and comes Breda from the Walking Dead, and left is going to be all left by himself here, that is for sure. As soon as they pick up, they're going to spot him out here, and he's going to get flushed out straight away here as the Royal Knights in the background get eliminated out in 11th position there. The Walking Dead will pick up themselves another kill there, and for Bish, that was just unfortunate, bro.
Yeah, I mean, and even with this hard shift now, you know, these 3 or 4 teams are going to have to take the fight there. I mean, I think that was just a bit unfortunate for left trading the shot with Vent from extended mag there, right as at the same time that was the Walking Dead was pushing him. So there was no chance of him actually hearing or noticing them push up and being ready for them.
Yeah, 100%.
But now, I mean, Gasp even getting the knock onto Zandog here. All these teams that were sitting on the edge now have to fight each other out just to make it into the next zone.
And look at
extended
this.
mag.
Continue.
Extended mag actually trying to rotate into the north, but even the Goats, I mean, I think they're quite split right now, just trying to get any player into the zone. As far for is taking up the fight here with silent killers, and unfortunately getting knocked. They're only leaving 11s alive for the Goats this game.
Yeah, and the Goats are going to look at the spread here from also the mag team here, really gating a lot of the teams also coming in here. You can see the spread that they got around Power Grid, and you know, 11's now going to get shot at by Team Majesty as he tries to find his way as his teammate gets flushed out here, and 11's just below them here. And you know, Vega, he can definitely shoot this gun from a very far distance as he makes this push on towards them. We have a look as well as the rest of the extended mags move up towards the north-hand side. Does he make Vega spot him out here? Doesn't get the shots on towards him at this stage. We're gonna push up, and that Augur's gonna just do too much work there, and Goats go out in 10th position. Like you said, 2 fast split there, but look at the gatekeep here from Mag here on towards Gasp.
Yeah, I mean, I really like Gasp's rotation here, taking their vehicles and coming into the step. I mean, I think they just didn't know that Patty was so close. Mag team being really split out along the ridges there. It's just unfortunate, but I mean, luckily they're still alive. They can reset from this. And I mean, with the help of the third parties, maybe even survive a bit longer into the game.
Yeah, but you can see here, Patty really getting aggressive on towards this one. Can he get the knock? He does indeed! And leaving just the one Goss member left alive here. Can he do anything about this? But Paddy playing outside here with the Majesties coming up on top of that hill is going to be difficult for him to get back in towards his team here. as Goss now try and get that revive out there, but Patty knows can't peek over this hill at this stage as the circle gonna be shifting out fairly shortly here, but Patty is gonna take on this fight. I just want to see if he does actually peek this one out. The Molotov not getting any sort of damage on towards Goss there, but does prevent the raise there, but Patty gonna eliminate Goss there in 9th position.
I think Patty won before them there.
Yeah, I think he
I
won.
mean, I think he took them out one by one, and which is unfortunate. You know, Gosp just giving him 4 1v1s there at the end of the day. You know, the rest of the mag team never came to support him whatsoever. He was just knocking one, going and taking mid, and then going after the next player there. So I mean, a bit unfortunate for Gosp there, but definitely, I mean, if they just, I think, pushed a bit together, they could have maybe taken Patty out there.
Yeah, true. I mean, it's just unfortunate. Maybe, you know, it is Goss' first game in the scene. So, you know, they'll get used to the way how things play. And, you know, sometimes a little bit of nerves does come into play. But you can see Zach now going to push up here. Zambaro pushes up. We're going to stick with Brenda for now. Better. And can he do anything here? Takes the one knock, but the support there from Bish. And this is a team that's been impressing me so much of late. I mean, what Zandog did to Don on the weekend was just great.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I was talking about earlier, you know, the new teams coming in and surprising us, you know. I mean, yes, a lot of these teams, they do struggle if you look at it on a leaderboard perspective. I mean, Spartacus taking out there from the Bish team now. I mean, these teams are new and they do struggle on, like, maybe the strategy part of PUBG, but these guys can aim, and that's for sure.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, definitely can aim. Vega gonna make a cross here, but we still got the mag team still sitting inside power grid. Resnad gonna come in from that side as well. I think Patty has been eliminated. Indeed he has, as mag get put down to 3 members with 6 kills at the moment. They're going to be happy with the work that they've done so far with this brand new team. I mean, there's two new team members here, Patty and Resnat. So for Mr. Beefchuck and Get Rex, going to get something to get used to. And I hear some shots also down here as Extended Mag going to take on the fight towards Death Seekers here, who have been holding out of this compound for quite a bit of time here.
Yeah, it's also interesting to see Death Seekers group up into one building, letting Extended Mag take control of the warehouse and letting them actually getting into the zone with them. I mean, so at the end of the day, it's going to be up to one of these teams to kill the other one to get into the next stage of the game.
Ooh, that grenade does not go where Mitchrain wanted it to go there, as he tries to push in just a little bit here, trying to see, but King Horn's going to take some shots on towards Mitchrain, putting him down to 1 HP. He makes it around the corner, and Smurfs coming into this game now, finally.
Yeah, in the back here, Spartacus actually drove up to Team Bish and drive by Zandog there. Just a bit unlucky catching Zandog there as he was actually medding.
He's going to peek over
now
here
pushing
towards...
the last player, and Zach just trying to run away, but will get eliminated by Spartacus.
Yeah, and that's Bish out in 7th position there. 8 kills here for Majesty as they continue on their push here towards the team here with 3 members at the stage, losing one of the members earlier on. And we'll see now as Resnat trying to see what he can do here. He knows that his North African friends here, and he knows all too well how to play against these guys as well. But he needs to see what he can do. Getrick going to be bleeding out on top of the building there as they do decide to pull themselves back here. And Death Seekers get eliminated out in 6th position. But for Extended Mag here, they're going to have to get through the Smurfs, who are just holding out this hill. And now coming on Majesty on the opposite side here.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be difficult for them to leave now. I think their best scenario would be trying to just get across the road onto the like lower part of the ridge as soon as possible. But definitely Majesty setting up to keep them, and the Smurfs just from the other side doing the same. So, yeah, I mean, this is going to be a real struggle for them.
Yeah, definitely. But you see, it's Smurfs push back the Silent Killers just a little bit back in towards the compound. They got that ridge line to pay. And... you know, Smurfs need to be careful, so does Team Majesty if they're not in the open here, but it looks like the fight is starting to begin. Vega will take out Vent there from Extended Mag, and now the Smurfs will also look to see what they can spot out here. A couple tags going back and forth here, but nothing really coming from this at this stage. But yeah, like you said, they're also not inside the zone. They have to push out here.
Yeah, I don't think there's any part of this building that's in the zone. So they're going to have to make a choice of which team they want to fight. I mean, yeah, I don't see any part of, there's no reach, nothing. They just need to put their smokes together and try to cross the road. Headquicker actually taking out Spartacus now might give them that chance.
Yeah, the smokes have been deployed here. 2 smokes out and towards the road area, and it looks like they're going to try and get towards Team Majesty. And this push needs to come out now because that zone is starting to shrink. And here comes Extended Mag, and as soon as they leave, you can see the tags coming out there from the members of Scenic Smurfs as they make this rotation. But look behind them. Mag pushing up on towards Team Majesty, noticing this is a push here, and Resnad making this push over towards Team Majesty. And
yeah, but I think throwing these flashes might have just given them their position away.
Indeed. And it looks like Team Majesty have now refocused themselves over towards Mag. Milton pulls himself back here as he spots out 2 members. And what can they do here from this perspective? We're going to stick on this one because it's a good push coming home. Get Wreck gets knocked out there by Milton. What can he do here? Mr. Victor doesn't know where Milton is as the shit comes out there, but he does get the knock. Vega will get that one out, and Mag gets eliminated out in 5th position. Team Majesty holding that one out strong, and Extended Mag actually makes it across the road here.
Yeah, I think getting that knock onto Spartacus really helped them to be able to just pursue that. I think Smurfs could have maybe done slightly better to shoot the people running through the smokes, but at the end of the day, I think they threw quite a lot of smokes. And as Kingon actually taking out Patrick Brew there, and then Majesty taking out Headquicker from the side as well. So I mean, they're not out of it yet. They're still stuck here in between the 2 teams. Yeah, then maybe just pick up a little bit more place for them.
Yeah, and they know exactly where Vance is sitting as well, as Vance trying to find a space here to hide himself, get maybe some reses over, but it has been spotted out there by Milton. But Vega does get knocked out there from Team Majesty, and Vance, the last member alive here for Extended Mag. But here come the Silent Killers down the mountain. HK Mac can do. What can Obi do from this perspective here? And Obi needs to kind of control this on this side, but it looks like he's going to pull back from this. This gives away the position entry into the zone, and it could get backstabbed here later on here by Silent Killers.
Yeah, I mean, Smurfs need to just decide where they want to play, and then they just need to decide on one team to focus at the moment. It won't help if they're splitting their focus. I mean, Kingon is right now is focusing on Team Majesty. It seems like he was trying to find that last player from Ven that has been eliminated now. I mean, while this is happening, Obi and Storm are trying to keep out the Silent Killers, but I mean, they're so split. I mean, Majesty is just going to come up from behind.
Yeah, this is exactly what's going to happen. Kingon trying to hold this side, as Viking was saying. And Vega is going to be pushing up close here towards Kingon. We'll spot out Obi in the background, and we'll take some shots, so it doesn't connect anything at this stage. As now the Smurfs under a lot of pressure here from 2 different sides. And for the Smurfs, I don't see this ending up anything good. Kingon goes down, Storm goes down, and Vega going mad, and so does Milton. And in the background, Spartacus taking some shots over towards Silent Killers, and Team Majesty will take out the chicken dinner winner in the end with 19 kills.
Yeah, I mean, Majesty played that really well. I think Mag could have done a better job there with the third party. I think Reza kind of gave their flank and position away there with all the flashes that they threw. I think if they just scraped up slightly more, got the information and got the first knock, I think that could have turned out in a completely different way. But Majesty really, I mean, they are a strong team, you know. So I mean, they really stepped it up and just wiped the teams around them at the end of the day.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you look there: 6 kills for Milton, 6 kills for Vega, 6 kills for Spartacus. I mean, massive work done by the entire team, pretty much. But I mean, it also proves the fact that, you know, Majesty are good when they get out of their compound. You know, we've seen them struggle a lot when they get dropped on, and they don't seem to, you know, do very well with all the pressure in the early game. But once it gets late game, it's one team that's unstoppable. I've said that before as well. But they take out the chicken dinner in the end with very impressively with 19 kills. In second position was Silent Killers coming out with 4. Third position, Wasps the NX Smurfs finishing out with 1 kill. In 4th position, Extended Mag come out with 4 kills in total, and in 5th position, Mag will finish out with a total of 6 kills as they finish out there. And yeah, that is game number 1 done and dusted. We will be back shortly for game number 2 on Miramar, so stay tuned. We'll be back now. And welcome back, everybody, to match number 2 of the evening. We got about 15 seconds before everyone hops into that plane. And this plane path Viking looking a little bit better than the last one for these teams.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think any plane path would have been better than the previous games. I mean, I think there's definitely still 2 teams that are going to struggle to get where they want to be. But I feel like there's a lot more options in this plane path. So I think the teams will be happy.
Yeah, 100%. And now everyone has hopped into the plane. Here we go. We have fixed the logo issues. I do apologize yet again to the teams, but everybody's going to be all good and ready to go as the Rusty Genesis 4-man strong here. Going to jump out, and GJ Epic's going to go over towards Lossie. He goes here. That's an interesting move there, separating quite far from the team as well.
Yeah, I think for looting purposes, it doesn't really matter that much. You know, maybe they just feel, I don't know, maybe the zone comes to the bottom of the map, you know, and they want to be ready for it. Or they just want to expose some more vehicle options. I don't know, it's interesting, but I mean, at the end of the day, I think just jumping early in general is good for them.
No, 100%. There is a vehicle inside this little compound here, but I think, where is DJ Epics now? He's just above me. No, he's landed already. No, he's going to loot here. He's got a vehicle as well, so it's going to be fun for him. You see the Rusty squad over Chumasira here as the goats land themselves in towards there. And oh, wow, look at Picardo.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, I think the previous game, I think Silent Kids were actually a 3-man the previous game. That's why maybe they didn't want to take the fight onto Majesty. But here they are once again.
And Vent's actually stealing the vehicle away from Team Majesty as well. Not happy about that is Milton.
I mean, Milton actually hitting a shot on him there.
Yeah, he did indeed with that Tommy gun as well, Nokwal. And yeah, they're going to be happy with that from Team Majesty. I mean, now they have one less vehicle to play with here. Still got the Marauder on the one side here, the Esports Marauder. And
the minibus.
And the minibus.
Yeah, I think that's all.
Yeah, that's it for them. And oh, they got a US. I'm sorry, truck here as well. so that's fine for them. And ding, 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 here to gain Silent Killers and Team Majesty. These two teams just love playing against each other.
Yeah, I mean, Silent Killer's taking the first bit of damage here between the two teams. I feel like Silent Killer is also a bit more grouped up than Majesty are. So I don't know how if that will be an advantage or disadvantage towards them. We'll have to see, but definitely not going to be as looted up as the rest of the Majesty team.
No, 100%. But I mean, I've seen this before. Team Majesty, when inside these subjects, like you make a good point there. You know, not as grouped up as what the members of Silent Killers are, and that Majesty has this tendency to go in one by one in these early stages, and this is kind of what loses them the fight in the end of the day. So you can see Silent Killers all staying on each other's shoulders, making sure that they all got the stuff here. You know, Milton's quite far back. Archine, or Elite as we like to call him now, is sitting still in boxing ring. You know, I mean, the 3-man push here and they can get the one knock. It's kind of just one member of Team Majesty is going to be down and out straight away. It's
I mean, like you said, it's a tendency from him. And to be honest, that's what got him into the challenger battle in the first place. You know, having a pretty bad week in the champion battle, and because of the bad odd drops that didn't go their way. I mean, as Lead takes out Guito now, the first not going in the way of Majesty.
Ooh,
But then Tornado comes up with the DBS and gets 2 in return.
Archine trying to take the shots on there as well. Just Milton and Archine left alive here. Lee trying to see what he can do here. As HK Magic trying to continue on the pressure here. And here he comes. And what can they do? Tornado going to go. Majesty going to lose out on Elite as well now. And I think it's just Milton left alive here trying to get the reses on. And this is when the pushes should be coming out there. And he knows exactly whether this grenade goes in. This could kill them. It does indeed. Team Majesty will get eliminated out in 16th position. And Silent Killers yet again holding strong against Team Majesty.
I mean, that's what we've been talking about. You know, Team Majesty, one of the strongest teams in our scene. But for some reason, they just struggle to clear it out in the early stages of the game.
It's from winning the last game down to 60, and you know how often that seems to happen for a lot of the teams as well, but for Team Majesty, that's another one yet again getting hot dropped. And we mentioned this at the end of I mentioned it at the end of the match as well. You know, they can play out of these zones, out of their compound so well, and look how much a threat. 19 kill chicken dinner, and then as soon as they get hot dropped, it seems like that's their biggest weakness. If they can fix that, woo, that's going to be a strong team to fight against.
Yeah.
But this circle, though, very, 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 very northwest.
Yeah, I think the Smurfs would be happy with that. But just coming back to this fight between Silent Killers and Majesty, I mean, Tornado has to take the MVP for that fight. Getting 3 knocks with that DBS. I mean, it came down to the wire there between Molten and I'm not sure who the last player from Silent Killers was. But I mean, it came down to the wire at the end of the day. And it could have gone either way, but Tornado just, I mean, making work with that DBS. And it's something that we've seen in the pro plays in PGIS currently. Like a lot of times when the zones end up in these like urban areas, even some of the pro players prefer to drop their AR and take up the shotgun.
Exactly. And it's... I'm loving the shotgun meta. I'm gonna say it. I'm loving the shotgun meta. I'm loving that these teams are taking different guns and making plays out of this and utilizing these guns that generally don't ever get picked up in, you know, normal ranked games or even pub games for that matter as well. So really loving that new meta, and that DBS kills coming up from Tornado was epic, and that grenade from HK Magic. Pinpoint accuracy, and that's what he needed there to finish off Team Majesty. But the Walking Dead do spot out extended mag here, and they just pulling off and getting themselves a little bit closer to zone here, without vehicles yet again. And a lot of teams still outside of the circle here.
Yeah, but I have to say, at least with the flight path being a bit more across the map. A lot of the teams were quite spread out in their looting stage. So, I mean, the teams need to come up and they're probably going to fill the southern part of the zone. But definitely more split out, spread over the map, and taking more area in their looting phase to get all that necessary loot that they want.
I mean, it's been mentioned even in the PGIS streams as well. Like, you can see the smarter, I wouldn't say the teams that are performing a little bit better is their rotations from playing path, right? And this is something I think they focused on quite a bit in PGIS. You know, we saw the playing path go over El Paso, down towards Los Higos there, or go from Los Higos over towards El Paso. So we know that the eastern part of this circle here is gonna be pretty much dead, you know. And I can see, like, you know, we can see Extended Mag gonna be making their way over towards the eastern side, and that's a good rotation. A lot of these teams trying to funnel their way in from the south doesn't necessarily play out all that well, especially in a, you know, let's say our champion lobby. We're going to have teams gating this a lot more frequently than what it is now. So, you know, for these teams, you know, trying to find a different way in, you know, could be something to practice on inside these challenger battles.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, even like you said, that's the same thing that I mentioned in the previous games as well. Some reason the teams in our scene that they like just getting on the edge, and then they really want to just make sure no one else gets into the zone. So you'll see the teams going to zone and then just stopping on the edge, clearing it out, and then kind of like waiting for other teams just to come their way and to try and kill them off early. I mean, we see in PGIS, I think it's like stage 5 and there's still like 14 teams alive, whereas in our scene, because of all the gatekeeps happening on the edge, all the teams die so much earlier.
Yeah, 100%. As Tunisian Rise is going to drive past there onto the Death Seekers. And look at the split coming out from Mag here. Get Wrecked just below Creative Fields, Resnad and Patty and Beef Truck on the north-hand side. You have very rich spread here. I mean, if any of these members get crashed on, it's going to be difficult. And here come the goats, but I don't think the goats are all necessarily angling themselves over towards Get Wrecked at this stage. Could just pull themselves towards him at the last second. So, you know, this, you know, could end up bad here for Mag.
Yeah, I mean, they played the same strategy in the previous game, you know. I think on a Sunday's champion battle, they might not be able to get away with it, but definitely, I mean, Getrect has the two-seater bite. So if something bad does happen, he can just hop onto it and just regroup with his teammates. So I'm definitely liking the play, being able to get the information on more places on the map. And yeah, it will just give them that easier rotation into the next zone. And I mean, just look at the zone. I mean, this is just mean.
This is a mean zone. I mean, circle here. We got a lot of mountainous areas here. Oh, I mean, we've seen it end just off of Creative Field. So this could pull back as well. This is going to be tough for the teams to decide where this is going to go. That's for sure. And still, a couple of teams still trying to make their way in. We got the Walking Dead also getting out of Hacienda here. The Wolf Quads rotating in the blue here. And look at this fight that's just erupted here on the north-hand side of the map here. As 11s tries to pull across here. Mr. Beef Truck going to spot him out here. Take a shot on towards 11s. He does get the knock on towards 11s here. And will flush him out as well. And here comes Paddy down as well, and Kipu gonna have a good sightlines over this one as well. It looks like he just pulled back.
Mag doing a really good job here, just third-partying the rest of the teams. I mean, I think Tunisian Risers and the Goats basically took each other out more than anything else, and now Mag just comes and cleans it up, basically. Tunisian Risers gets taken out in this trade-off. I mean, 2 of the Goats are still alive, but if I was them, I would just try to get out of this scenario.
Yeah, definitely. You don't know where the rest of Mag is. You only got Mr. Beatrick and Paddy just below you, and you can see the rotations coming out here from Get Wrecked and Resnad. Resnad going to come on top of the Goats here, and he's going to spot out the members here. Going to take the shots. A good transfer over there, and Far 4 is going to be under a lot of pressure here from Paddy, and the Goats get eliminated out in 14th position, and just not going the Goats' way this evening, it seems. But from Mag, I mean, we were questioning how far split they were, but they managed that, like you said, so well there between Mr. Beef Truck and Paddy TV.
Yeah, I mean, I think he really placed on the perfect spot there to gatekeep these Western rotations. You know, I think it really played in their favor that the Goats and the Tunisian Risers clashed at this exact same place. You know, and they were just there to just basically shoot at the rest of the people. But I mean, even Mr. Beefstruck taking out the two players, rotating past him in the vehicle, I think that played a big part in winning that fight. So big ups to Mr. Beefstruck there.
Mm, definitely. We got Gosp taking a couple shots over towards the Genesis squad. Frenchie gets knocked out there, as DJ Epix is also, I think, also knocked out there. Frenchie actually gets flushed out there, and DJ Epix also getting flushed out. A big hitter here for Genesis, and it's just not going Genesis's way tonight, it would seem. I mean, Gosp is in a good position here, but these are long, far shot tags that are coming out here from Gosp.
I mean, it's just unfortunate that us Genesis got stuck there in the open. Can't even go for the revive there. I mean, yeah, unfortunate for them. And I mean, Gosp really hitting their shots over that distance. I mean, but now as well, to your right of the screen, you can see that Warwolf cards are actually getting shot at. And I think Bad Girl already taken out there as they were sandwiched between The Walking Dead and Extended Mag here. Really not the best cover for them to play with here. I mean, it seems like at least they'll be able to get out of this position as a 3-man. They still have their vehicles up with tires, so I mean, they will be able to get out of the scenario, but I'm really getting caught off guard there once again. Focusing too hard on the team ahead of them and then just like letting a team come up behind them and just being a pain.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, it's still, I mean, they need to make the movement now at some point. I mean, they can't go the direction of Extended Mag because their vehicles is going to get shot up quite a bit there. And you can see the Silent Killers are just inside the circle on their one area, but looks like they're going to make their rotation. But the Wolf Quads need to make this movement now. They might have just spotted that the Walking Dead are on foot as well, so going up this mountainous area could be where they want to go. But Gosp at the moment just off the center of the circle, and they're going to be feeling quite good about themselves. They need to just be careful of these teams coming in from behind. Here we go. I think Storm may have some vision on towards Gosp. Indeed he does. He's got that M24 and the 8 times, and they're going to be taking a lot of shots over towards Gosp here. And also behind him as well as Acid and Obi spot out friendly fire coming in from the northern side.
Yeah, I mean, that's a really good spot. I don't know if friendly fire came rotating past the Smurfs earlier on. I mean, Pedro almost flipping his vehicle there. Lucky they'll be able to rotate past the Smurfs here. It's just going to be interesting to see how far they go into the zone. Because if they stay on the edge here, they also might just get caught in the middle of the Smurfs and Team Gasp here. And whereas like all the center compounds are still open.
Yeah, all the center compounds are open here. We got Team Westron gets run over there by Pedro as they continue on the rotation here, but they're going to be going straight into the clutches of Mag here as they're trying to make themselves get up the hill. Do you stop out the vehicle? And I think Mr. B-Truck may have heard this vehicle come out here. He does pull back for a couple seconds here as Cans dies to the zone in the background. And for friendly fire, I mean, they're going to have limited information coming up this hill here.
Yeah, I mean, they didn't really have any scouting because the Smurfs basically gatekept them. I mean, I think that the only good thing for them is the fact that Mr. Beef Truck was here in the vehicle and they could have maybe gotten a surprise attack here. But now Patty actually coming over the ridge, knocking Ugly Monkey and Lol Sweet there, really leaving friendly fire in a weird situation. I mean, Gasp coming over the top now. Actually, Awesome actually choosing to step away from this fight, but Mr. Beef Truck and Gatorade, they're really like making clean work of friendly fire here.
Yeah, Pedro does make it into the compound here. Does get a couple shots over towards Mr. Beef Truck here, but nothing much he will tag at the moment. Mr. Beef Truck does spot him out in the window area. And friendly fire just not having the information coming out here, blind rotating. This one, Gosp makes the movement down. Are they going to, as the Smurfs move into center compound, but it looks like they're going to try and crash on towards us as Asta takes the shots on towards them and does get a couple tags, but nothing much at the moment as Gosp run themselves over towards the warehouse area, and Pedro now gets out of that compound, noticing that Mag's going to give him a couple pushes there, but he's in a very tough spot here as well.
Yeah, I mean, even with the shift, once again, it's interesting to see the way that the Smurfs are currently split. You know, I would have thought that they would have maybe tried staying where Obi is currently, having the high ground, having the control over the map. Now rather choosing to take the shacks on the like bottom side of the hill where they won't really have any information. So interesting play coming out of them. I think maybe they think the zone might end here because it's more central. But I think they could have had much more control if they just stayed with Obi. Luckily, Obi will still be able to give them that information, and Obi now taking shots at Patty. But yeah, interesting rotation coming out of the Wasps there.
The Smurfs, yes. But I said Wasps earlier as well. Yeah, it was my fault. You followed me. But I mean, let's put it this way: if it does shift down to the south here, and they have to, you know, get themselves onto this. Either way, I mean, they're making a big gamble here, being in these compounds, because movement. Like, look at where the silent killers are setting themselves up. If they're on top of this hill, Smurfs are dead. There's not much space for them to move. And with the vehicles, obviously not going to be all in cover here as well. You can see the buggy outside the compound here, the Marauder as well. You know, their vehicle wheels are going to be taken out. It's just not going to be all good for them. Pedro actually makes it across though, but Reznad is going to now quickly jump himself across towards the side where Obi and Pedro are sitting. And does Obi know that Pedro is here as well? That would be an interesting fact as well. Oh, does spot it. Oh, no, now he does. And he'll take the shots on towards Pedro. Doesn't connect that one out. Maybe taking out the arrow would have proved a little bit better, as FedEx gets taken out by the blue zone.
But now in the bottom of the map here, I mean, 4 or 5 teams needing to make their way into this zone. I think the Walking Dead probably going to have to push on to Warwolf Gods there. I'm just not sure if Millie notices or hears Beta behind him. I mean, this would, if the Walking Dead can get a knock here, they might be able to take out the Warwolf Gods here. I mean, it's something that we've been saying. Warwolf Gods not having the best awareness. And as Griffin gets taken out by Beta there, and then luckily Gosp actually knocking out Zabarov, assisting Team Warwolf Gods now, leaving in this situation in 1v1 between Millie and Beta.
Yeah, and Manny trying to see what he can do here. Gosp, like you said, assisting out there for Team World Records, and Bish also in a tough spot here as the members of Gosp here take a lot of shots on towards the Bish team. Zach getting tagged up here quite a bit here. Take X-Ray off just to spot out what's happening. Zach gets taken up by Mr. Loot in the background, and the 2 members of Bish hiding behind here. Nothing they can do to help their teammates. And you know, for these teams coming down this mountain, it's going to be hard, but it does shift across. So the gamble's paying off for Smurfs at this stage.
Yeah, but once again, I would rather have them sitting in the compound where Obi is currently. I just think they have so much more control, and you can actually see King on rotating back to Obi right now. I don't know if they'll stick to a 2v2 up to. And then, I mean, as Mag just takes out the rest of Rasi Genesis here in the western part of the map.
Yep, they do indeed, and there was not much cover here for Genesis. I mean, not much options that they had here, but you can see, like you said, King on making his movement back in towards the zone here, as now the rest of the Smurfs here take shots on towards Bish as they're trying to find a little spot to call home for now inside this circle, as Extended Mag make their movement in from the north end side, but they're going to get the shots on towards them. One member goes down. Their last member left here for the Friendly Fire members, and he does get spotted out by the members of Extended Mag, and Bish gets eliminated out in 9th position. I mean, it is phase 5. We have 7 teams left as Friendly Fire go out as well in 8th. And Obi actually gets taken out there as well. And I assume that was from the fight with Pedro there. So,
I mean, luckily Pedro getting that extra 1 point for his team. So I mean, doing a good job as a solo player. You know, just trying to do as much as possible.
Yeah, as Gus make their movement in a clown car here, they do jump all into the vehicle. Melly actually takes one of their vehicles just behind him as Melly comes moving himself in towards this as well. Smurfs still playing this 2-2 split here. Now Spotlight Gosps making their movement in the vehicle. It's going to be running away from Gosper, and that's not going to be good for them. as Tornado gonna take some shots on towards them, and Tornado yet again proving that this man is just insane with a gun in PUBG, trying to make his movement out of this as well. Two members of Loot as Mr. Beat Truck takes out Titans there, trying to see exactly what's going on here. Sorry, I do beg your pardon, as Gospel does get eliminated out in the 6th position, and Silent Killer's just holding this one so very well.
Yeah, I mean, we said it before, you know, this team really has huge fragging powers. You know, I mean, just sometimes trying to get into the zone, but if you take a fight with these Silent Killers, I mean, they've proven it time and time again, taking out some of the Majesty players in the hot drops. You know, these guys have to aim, and Tornado has shot down so many of the top players in this lobby. I think for Gasp, just moving too late and going and stopping on top of the mountain where everyone had vision on them, I think it was just a bit too many shots fired their way for their liking.
Yeah, 100%. Silent Killers though, in a bit of spot of bother, they need to get themselves out of this, but with Mag here sitting on top of this hill, I mean, both teams need to move in towards the circle. Silent Killers may just get that freebie, but they got the Wasps to deal with. Only the two on this side at this stage, as that vehicle seems like it's a bit smoky, but they're going to take it in any case. And can Storm get that headshot? He can't, he just misses out the shot, but that Marauder not looking like a healthy baby at this stage.
Yeah, I mean, Tornado going to make the run to the shack now, but I mean, just getting shot from two different sides, Storm and shooting him from the south, and the rest of the extended mag team shooting him from the north. There's nothing he could have done there.
No, nothing. Storm realizes there's still more people. Can he get the... Oh, he does get a shot off, but he gets tagged up down to 5 HP as now the mag team makes their rotations in. Now they need to get themselves a little bit further down this hill. They still got this little ridges here to play as well, so they don't necessarily, but it looks like they're going to rotate all the way to the backside here where Resonate did it earlier on. And this is good rotate here coming out from mag team.
Yeah, I mean, even Vent coming out of the EMAG team, he's doing a real good job for his team. Just taking out player after player, cleaning up their sides, playing anchor for them. But we might just see the two mag teams clash here. As Patty takes on Patty Brew. And, I mean, luckily Resnet is still up the mountain, so this leaves the fight in a 3v3. Vent just needs to come and assist his team. Getrek trying to get the flanking, get some shots onto Mishmate, but not able to get the knock, shooting into the floor right in front of him.
Yeah, and Getrek trying to see what he can do here. Patrick Bry, a quick header, does get knocked out there by the grenade from Paddy TV. And here comes the push here from Paddy TV. Paddy TV's been, we switched to the incorrect player, I didn't want to go to them. Paddy TV's been so impressive this evening. Really hitting the shots there. Does he spot up? Yes, he does indeed. Mitch Main will get knocked out there by the grenade from Get Wrecked. And Vent, last person standing alive. And these are two new players coming back into the scene. And does he get spotted out? Mr. Beef Truck spots him out in the end of the day. And Extended Mag get eliminated by their sister team here.
I mean, that fight just broke out of nowhere. I think Mag team getting the first knock onto Extended Mag there really helped him in that situation. But I think Vent could have grouped up with his team much earlier too, and I think that could have turned the fight around slightly. But now this leaves the fight of Mag and Smurfs in a 4v3 situation. Kingon actually getting knocked out, and he's probably going to get flushed since he's alone.
Yeah,
I mean, Smurfs just sitting ducks here currently, with the Mag team basically just being able to run wherever they want on the map now.
Yeah, 100%. And 18 kills. If they get these 2 kills and Smurfs don't deny themselves, they will beat Team Majesty's kill count in the last game here. 18 kills, 9 from Paddy. I mean, we're saying it. I mean, this man has come into the scene here and really done some good work. And I'm sure these guys are going to be feeling on top of the world here. 2 South African teams here going to be going head to head. And, you know, man advantage here for the Mag team. Resnat knows exactly where these players are. And does he spot them down there? Or no, maybe he doesn't know where they are. He's busy looking around. He doesn't actually quite know where they are, but I mean,
they should know where they are.
Should know exactly where they are.
Yeah, I mean, he spot Storm. I think he was just maybe trying to see if there's maybe not a solo in a different position, but he definitely knows where they are now. So you can see Patty even spreading out to the shack now, just clearing all the angles and nading the shack, getting the different position onto Smurfs. I don't think there's anything Smurfs could do unless they just get a fantastic knockout. I mean, Patty taking out Storm there as well, sitting on 10 kills right now. This man is going insane.
I mean, take a bow, Patty. You are having the game, and even last game you had that four that team wipe on towards Team Gosp there, and this man, well, can he finish it off for his team? Can he pick up the last kill here as the grenades come flying in there from Resnad, and the grenades come flying towards his way, the Molotov over his head, and Paddy looking to finish out this game here against Acid. Spots out Acid there, does get some tags on towards him, and Acid now going to be spotted out by Resnad. He's got nowhere to move. Look at where.
And he's going for the deny.
He's going for the deny, but Paddy gets him through the smoke. God, 20 kills coming out there from Mag. Mates Alliance Gaming doing a fantastic job there. I mean, their movement throughout this entire game was just it was pinpoint. Let's put it that way. It was pinpoint.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think that getting the kills onto Tunisian Risers and the Goats on the early stage of the game really put them in motion for the rest of the game. You know, they were just feeling good about their gameplay, taking on fight after fight and just winning it out, staying 4 members alive and just like racking up the kills as the game went along. I mean, so really well done from them.
Yeah, pretty insane. In second position was the Smith with 2 kills. Third position was Extended Mag, finishing out with 6 kills in total. Doing a good job there as well for Extended Mag. In fourth position, the Silent Killers, not so silent, definitely deadly killers at this point, coming out with a total of 7 kills. And rounding up your top 5 was the Team Werewolf Quads. And that is game number 2 done and dusted. We move on to Wrangle next, Viking, and that should change up quite a bit of things, I would say. Let's hope.
Yeah, I mean, after the first game, I think there was still 6 teams that had 0 points. So I'm hoping that, I mean, some of those teams maybe picked up some points this game. You know, I mean, we have 2 games left, but definitely I would want the lower teams just to get some points and get their rhythm. You know, I mean, that's what the Challenger battle is about, you know, for the lower tier teams to get into the thing and to just like taste out the waters, you know. So I mean, yeah, I hope these teams can come up stronger in the following games.
Yeah, well, we'll wait and see shortly. We will be back, guys, in a couple minutes time with the next match, so stay tuned. Oh, welcome back, everybody, to match number 3, and we are on Erangel. For our last 2 games of the evening, we only played 4 games on our Challenger Battle series, and in our Champions series on Sunday will be 2 Miramar and 3 Erangel. Remember to also !power play. You'll see the current vote that's going out there on Twitter, and remember to vote for your best power play clip, and that person will win themselves a Queso Monster sponsored by Sin Eater Consulting. And Viking, this plane path, we were just busy discussing it. I think it's going to favor some of these teams.
I mean, I've seen a lot of these teams landing in the Quarry and Gatka area. So yes, it's not the best, but it's not the worst either. So I'm thinking a lot of teams will at least have something to settle in. And yeah, I think they'll still be happy with this result.
All right. Unfortunately, some members not gaming. We got a couple of members saying game crashes are happening. That's unfortunate. You know, most of the guys are all in. We have 15 teams remaining, as we having some teams having some connection issues this evening. So that's really unfortunate for them. And gonna say it again. Round 2. Ding, ding, ding. Pachinki, here we go again, Viking.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think we'll ever get tired of watching this. I mean, it's the only team, it looks like the only teams that are raw dropping currently.
Ooh, Gus
Yeah, I
playing
mean,
over
even
to
in the
Razak.
yeah, so I mean, all of the teams just landing and spreading out. So I mean, currently the Silent Killers and Majesty, the only teams fighting.
Yeah, and Milton gets a little bit tagged up there from Guto as he just pulls back into the building, giving himself a little bit of space here.
Spartacus actually get mollied as well from HK Magic.
Jeez, so now it's already started popping off between these two teams, and Spartacus sounds like he's got a shotgun. He does indeed. Ooh, could we see this
He wants some revenge.
He wants some revenge, that's for sure. And this shotgun at close range, we've seen it in PGIS, as you said. This could be deadly here for HK Magic. But is he holding? He's just waiting, listening, waiting. Both without helmets, and you're going to hear that come out, but I think he's going to lose this battle out. Does he? Doesn't lose the battle out, and HK Magic will eliminate Spartacus. First round
I don't think Spartacus had any helmet and vest there. I think that was the issue.
Yeah.
Just not able to get that one shotgun shot off. Majesty down to 3 members once again off the bat.
And at some point, right, Majesty needs to decide if they want to pull out of this. You know, there's a moment. Oh, but Giotto will get down. Alkine there. Lead will go down. I'll keep on calling him Alkine. I know it's Alkine that's sitting in there, but he'll get knocked out there. They down to 2 men, but look how far spread they are here. There's no ways that maybe
Vega's not even ready to assist his teammate. He's gonna come closer now. I mean, Molten just trying to keep the to keep clear of the path and make sure they don't cross. But I mean, they're so spread out, and they're not there for the refrags or the instant revives.
Yeah, Milton is now Vega gonna get to Milton, and here comes the push now. Come from Silent Killers here. HK Magic gonna come around. This could be bad here for the members of Team Majesty. They do get the pickup onto it. As Markine going up, but he's going to grenade himself there. Vega now. What is he going to be able to do here? He does get knocked out there from Giotto. Milton coming in from the backhand here. What can he do? He gets get taken out, and Team Majesty will get eliminated out in 15th position. And yet again, some Silent Killers winning out these fights.
Yeah, I mean, that was interesting. I mean, Silent Killers chose their timing there like perfectly. I mean, Molten was looking at the cross, and he was looking and he was waiting and he was waiting. And as soon as he let go of that angle, I don't know if he tried to get some more loot or what happened, but as soon as Molten left that angle and went elsewhere, they just pushed on the 2 people that was closest to them, and Molten just wasn't there once again. Like Majesty, just not there for the refrags, not playing together, and Silent Killers just beating them on that aspect, sticking 4 close. I mean, even losing 2 there, they were just able to get the refrags.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, Team Majesty does do some damage on towards Silent Killers, but I mean, nothing that, you know, it's just, yeah, both these teams hurt later game now. You know, obviously Team Majesty's out now, but for Silent Killers, this is going to still hurt them going in further into this game as well. But Circle has shifted over towards Sovnovka Island. I mean, there's still a little bit of farm in there. I mean, if you're a betting man, you're going to go Sovnovka Island.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen it happen, but I don't think. I'm going to stick to my word this time. I don't think it's happening.
I don't think it's happening.
If the zone does shift to the north, it will probably end that 1% chance. It will end on the farm side, so at least this western side bridge would be out of the equation. But I still don't see it happening at all. There's just too little land in the northern parts of the map. Something interesting though is you can see that Bone Slippy is already in the southern part of Sosnovka. I'm not sure if he dropped there, if he just rotated early, but definitely the Rasi Genesis team making those quick rotations across the bridge, and we've seen it before, even in some of the last week's games, where they actually got the win off of that. So, I mean, we're going to see now, Reznad stopping at the Harry Potter. He's going to spot Devil and Frenchie out. Let's see if the Rasi Genesis team can actually regroup safely.
Yeah, as they're trying to get around there, but they do crash in front of them, but one gets out. Reznad could just have a moment here just to take some shots on towards them. They do take the shots, and they deal the damage over towards Reznad. That's some good work there coming out from the Genesis team, and they will continue on their rotate across the bridge there, making it safely there, avoiding that bridge camp. And
yeah, that was just a bit unfortunate. Reznad just not hitting the shots that he would have wanted to. And then Devold actually hitting some shots in return.
That's good.
So really, I mean, good trade there from Rasi Genesis, and they would be able to now regroup with Ponslip in the southern part of the map.
Yeah, this could give them a good inlet here in towards the map. Depending either way, the circle goes in the later stages of the map. Rusty Squad going to jump in towards the boat here, and they will continue on their way and get themselves across with the boat. I saw the Warwolf quads coming in towards Ferry Pier area. They're going to obviously take the boat route as well. And it just looks like Mag want to gatekeep the teams coming in from this western side here.
Yeah, no, definitely. But I mean, a lot of teams actually opting for the boats. And I mean, I'm going to show it to you now. But top left, Extended Mag and The Walking Dead opting to go with the boat rotation. I don't know if they'll have enough fuel to do this wide of a rotation with a boat.
I mean, it's almost a half fuel here. They're not going to have enough fuel. They definitely not going to have enough fuel here.
I'm wondering if any of the players picked up fuel cases, but I mean, Extended Mag's going to be driving behind The Walking Dead. I'm pretty sure they would be able to spot them out in front of them. So, yeah. I mean, this is just going to be a battle of gas and meds, I think.
Yeah, indeed it will be. I mean, Mitch Main here. I mean, they shifting it, right? They obviously shifting it to try and get themselves as quickly as possible into it, and shifting it chows the fuel out of these boats. So let's see what happens with that team there. And then the Smurfs also coming in towards Promos, trying to find themselves a boat here. Their boat got taken away. Well, the Rusty Squad claimed that boat there, so that's going to be good for them. Any other rotation? We've got Friendly Fire coming in from the north. 8 Silent Killers make it across towards the island. Goths now coming across as well, and they're going to be met up with the Goats here on the opposite side.
Yeah, it's also interesting to see all the teams gathering up on the eastern side of the map now. I think we saw that in last week's Challenger battle, where the zone was just slightly more to the west, and there was only, I think, 1 or 2 teams on the eastern side. So interesting to see all the teams rotating from the western part of the map and now trying to get compound around the eastern side of the bridge.
Yeah, Goths from Algeria gonna take some shots over towards the Goats from Morocco here, and the shots will continue out here. Lutz will get left behind there for now, but Swifter trying to get his car into a different position here, maybe. It looks like he's gonna try and scout a little bit further in here. And
the Goats have spotted out Mr. Loot on the bridge there. So I mean, at least they are aware of him. And I mean, if he gets knocked there, there's no way that he would be getting revived. So I'm wondering if he's going to try and jump over the railing or something.
I mean, he's not quite in the railing at this stage, or he can jump down over here and give himself some cover. I mean, should not die from full damage from that height, but it looks like
Over here on the
gonna go.
western part.
He's gonna do it. He's gonna do it, but half HP. Oh, he's good. And Paddy now taking some shots over towards Team Werewolf Quads. Oh.
Yeah, I mean, Team Werewolf Quads getting stuck here. I mean, I think they just... I'm actually not sure where they got up. I think they were taking a boat earlier on. So I'm not exactly sure where they parked their boat or how they got to this position. But definitely being stuck now with the mag team actually gatekeeping them. Resnet trying to come close here. Silent driving the bike. He's probably going to get onto this mountain and try to get that flanking position. Really smart play coming out of Resnet here. And, I mean, yeah, he's able to see Millie there. If he just looks to his left now, he's probably going to be able to see the other player just not hitting the shot onto Millie just yet. I mean, there comes the 2 headshots, spotting out the other 2 players now. Shadow Warrior and Griffin really need to try and put some damage up. I mean, Reza just take some more shots and not getting any damage his way.
Yeah, extended mag get eliminated in the background there. We saw Mitch may not be able to get into the air, but Paddy now advancing forward here will spot out Shadow Warrior's head, and now just left with Griffin left alive here to fend against the push coming out here from the mag team, and they're not going to continue any further. Griffin has nowhere to go. He's literally he can't get up here now.
Yeah, I mean, that's I mean, now even with the zone shift, I mean, all these teams, I mean, I'm guessing that's why the teams grouped up on the eastern side of the map. But I mean, all these teams shifting to the east now. I mean, The Walking Dead still rotating with their boat. They're only passing Primorsk by now. I mean, by the time they actually get to the zone, it's probably going to be like phase 3 or 4 or something, and it's probably going to be away from the water. So, I mean, they're really having a really rough rotation with this boat.
Yeah, they are. And we saw, like, obviously Extended Mag dying there in the background. I mean, do they have enough meds here? There's still 3... The boat's down just below, so obviously some fuel was put into these the boat, or they've got a new boat, but it's going to be tough going there for the Walking Dead members, as Gosp now makes the rotation away from this, as now a couple of them get eliminated. Turbo will take out Sim, and Loot trying to get himself across here. Loot did manage to get back towards his team, and look at the amount of shots getting just peppered into that vehicle, and the vehicle blows up, and 11s is going to get him as well.
Yeah, I mean, that was some good shooting there out of the Team Goats. But I mean, just unfortunate that I don't know if the wheel got popped or something, but that vehicle just lost all of its momentum and it was going up the mountain so slowly. So Mr. Loot had no chance of going up there. Maybe he could have tried going more in left. I mean, just trying to get a different pathing up on the mountain. But definitely getting left in the dust there by their other 2 members. Friendly Fire actually crossing the bridge right now. Turning hard left as they get Goat shooting at them. I mean, in a good position at least.
Yeah, the Goat's going to keep on this position, but Friendly Fire do get out with, you know, a couple tags coming their way, but nothing too serious for them to, you know, pull off. But left here is going to be hearing all these rotations coming in behind him, will pull himself back here away from this compound, and Circle just about to show us where it's going to go next here, but straight into the gauntlet. Here comes the Mag team, and we got Rusty Genesis just waiting for them. Does Mag know of this? Born Slippy just rotating underneath here. They are aware of it now. Born Slippy, can he do anything towards this? Resnag going to get on his bike and make this rotation to a different angle. And look how Mag are just splitting themselves up here. Resnad taking that flank position, does spot out Born Slippy. But Born Slippy will get the knockout towards Resnad. This is good work here coming out from the Genesis team.
And then from the behind, Finky actually gets knocked into the D-Truck as well. The Genesis team actually doing great work here. Yeah,
but Born Slippy will get flushed out there by Paddy. They'll leave Resnad out there for now. Resnad does get flushed out completely. Mr. B-Truck on the opposite side. Frenchie, like you said, on the opposite side here, doing some good work here with his SLR. And Can they get the res on towards him as well?
Diebold getting the knock on to Getrek now as well. Leaving this in a 2v1 situation. Patty needing to clutch this one out.
Can Paddy do this for his team? He's going to pull back for the races, but this is the chance now. Diebold needs to come out clutch here for his team as Griffin makes the rotation from behind.
King on actually knocking Diebold from like, I want to say 500 meters away. King on really being a thorn in there in Team Genesis side there. I mean, they had some really good knocks and plays on the Mag team, but now getting taken out from so far away, and Frenchie not being able to revive Diebold because he's too far away from his teammates.
Yeah, and Cans will take out Get Wrecked there in the background. She will pick up that kill for her team, and now Paddy will eventually get down towards Mr. Beef Truck. And what can Frenchie see here? Looks like Frenchie's going to pull himself back here for now. Does get himself a little bit closer here. Excuse me. But Mag does pull out of this straight away and try and get themselves some cover. Just not going out Mag's way here. It doesn't seem like when you win out the game, it doesn't seem to go well for you the next game. And circle shifting up towards the north. A little bit of water on the top of the north hand side here. But look how many teams gathering around this hilltop area here.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely don't think Tunisian riders know about Gasp making their way up here, but their position might just be given away by the fact that Rassi Squad is also trying to get up here. You know, so Rassi Squad and Gasp might just get into a fight just underneath Tunisian riders, and Tunisian riders might just like get free from this. As I said, that Windgaard actually spots out one player from Tunisian riders. I don't think Franny has seen Gasp getting eliminated immediately, leaving Windgaard all alone, getting wiped there from Tunisian riders up above. But Gasp actually just in such a bad position now that their position has been given away by Rassi Squad. TS,
can he do?
He actually hit him with a pen. What? What a play coming out of TNG there.
TNG coming out with a pan and eliminating Gasp out of the server here. Great work coming out from them, as the Werewolf Quads will get eliminated out in 11th position as well. Walking Dead gets out in 10th position as they die inside the zone. The boat did not save their lives. Death Seekers dies as well to the zone in 9th position. Losing 4 teams just like that.
Lying in the blue.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, like I said, this was a pretty hard rotation. All of the teams landing on the western part of the map. I mean, I think just not getting the vehicles and just not choosing the correct places to rotate to earlier in the game, and they were just stuck in the blue. But these teams that I mean are in the eastern part of the map, I mean, it's good to see these teams realizing where the zones tend to go. I mean, sitting here in the center part of the zone for quite a while now. I mean, I'm just hoping we get another chicken dinner winner from this game.
Yep, indeed. I hope we do. I hope we have all 4 different chicken dinner winners. Get it, an even lobby coming out here. Tunisian Risers have got a good little spot on top here. They're going to be taking a couple shots over towards the goats there, and the Smurfs coming in up from the southern side of the map do get spotted up by the Tunisian Risers as they take a couple shots over towards King on them. And just behind this has the Mag team spotted out. Yes, indeed, they have spotted out the Silent Killers, the last 2 remaining members who made it out of Pachinki, and I think they've spotted them out as well.
Yeah, I mean, this is interesting 2v2 going on here. You know, I don't think any of the other teams are able to third party this. The only thing going in Silent Killer's favor right now is the fact that they are currently in the zone, whereas Mag is not. You know, so Mag seems like they maybe want to split out. Okay, no, Mr. Beef Truck is following Patty there. But definitely just trying to get into the zone and backing away from this fight as it is at a disadvantage for them. Yeah,
it looks like Silent Killers are going to come out of the circle here and then now try and actually find them out as well. Obviously, they would have seen someone run this direction. So Silent Killers are trying to be proactive about this one. But Mag has really ditched it and turned towards a compound that's on the bottom of the hill to the west. And for Bish, they right on the edge of the circle as well, and it's just these teams are just gonna all just be waiting to see what's kind of opens up for them. It looks like Obi's gonna take a look over to the western side of the circle and make sure that they're all kind of clear from there. Can't really peek over too much here. They got the Tunisian Risers that will be looking over their way, if they are still looking over his way. Let's see if they are. They're not really looking over. Kipu just not really looking. Looks like Tunisian Risers are going to face towards the north hand side for now, but the next fight most likely to come up with the circle about to shift, and that goes over towards the goats more than anything else.
Yeah, I mean, this is a really interesting shift. I mean, I don't think we've had a zone like this in our games before. Usually it shifts down to the south where the Smurfs currently are. I mean, Obi actually getting into the fight here now with Silent Killers. I mean, getting some damage onto Hoshing there. But I mean, HK Magic coming for the flank here, leaving Obi alone. Obi actually getting the knock onto HK Magic, but it seems like Tunisian Risers will steal that one away from him. As he does get taken out there by the last member of Silent Killer. Kingon just too far away to assist Obi there. Obi will die out, but the Smurfs rather just wanting to get into the zone.
Yeah, I mean, very far out there. And I think Obi was playing a good position there. Needed to be 2 members there just to get that trade out there for Obi. Did some good work in the initial phase there, but Smurfs now look all out of sorts here. Kingon doesn't look like he's going to be able to make it in towards this next zone here. Acid and Storm have made it in, but also the Tunisian Risers have spotted out the last member of Silent Killers as he's trying to make his way in towards the circle. And, you know, for Silent Killers, I think they've done what they needed to do inside this game. I mean, at the moment, they've got themselves from 4 kills in a top 7 position. You know, the Pachinki fight hurt them a little bit with the 2 members, you know, coming out of there. But, I mean, for them, I think they're going to call this a win.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, the 2 teams fighting in Pachinki, even though Silent Killers came out on top, I mean, these teams just keep going back for the fight. And at the end of the day, if the team doesn't come out 4-man strong, they're at a disadvantage the entire game, and you don't really see teams winning as a 2-man or a solo. So I mean, for them coming 2-man out, you know, I mean, there's not much more they could have done there.
No, definitely not. And you're going to see he's trying to get himself in. He's going to make his movement in towards Mag here at the later stage of the match here. Whether Mag's also kind of split up here, Mr. B-Truck and Paddy, I mean, that we'll see how that takes up there. But I mean, this next circle shift is going to dictate a lot of movement. That is for sure. I mean, it'll be interesting to see where it goes. But Paddy has found out the last member of Silent Killers and they go out in 7th position.
Yeah, I mean, luckily Silent Killers were able to make it into the placement point positions. You know, so picking up that 1 more point for their team. Definitely not where they wanted to be, but I mean, each point at the end of the day is something good. I mean, Zandok actually grabbing an AWM for himself. I'm interested to see what he can do with this gun. I mean, I think it's 2 teams here. I think Friendly Fire and Team Bish actually being good friends. I think they usually play together, but just too many players to fill up only 1 team, so they decided to split it into 2 teams. Kingon actually getting the knock onto TNG up here now. I mean, TNG is going to have a rough rotate. Well, Tunisian Risers have a rough rotate down this mountain. I mean, they're just going to be so open. A lot of these teams just waiting on their path. So we'll need to have to wait and see if Tunisian Risers can come out and survive into the top 4.
A Dead Rat does spot out the members of Tunisian Risers here as he gets put into the area there. And as I just quickly have a look at something here.
And Dead Rat just like missing all his utility. I think he's had so many chances of actually killing Acid there, but just not throwing the utility far enough. Zach actually coming up from behind, getting the knock onto Kingon at the exact same time. And Dead Rat does get the knock onto Acid. And then Smurfs getting taken out.
Yeah, Smurfs, sorry about that there, ladies and gentlemen, the observer there. I was just busy trying to sort out something in the background. Yeah, Bish will take out the Smurfs there. And for Tunisian Risers, they can still do some damage on above here towards Bish here. I mean, they're going to not be able to really do much here. But yeah, Diablo gets knocked out there as well. And looks like He's almost just killing his teammate there for a little second there. But I think this is playing into Mag's advantage here to some point. But the goats get knocked out there as the friendly fire get coming to play on the northern side of the map here. Friendly fire get 2 members knocked here as the goats do some good work there. Pedro and Wes is the last member standing here for the friendly fire. And Ali Turbo gonna be holding in that side there, but 3 down for 1 member down for the goats. And Tunisian Rises, can they get down this mountain yet? No, Kipu falls down to his death here.
I mean, they do get to take some shots onto Mag, but that just tells, I mean, Swift are actually getting patted from behind. That leaves Mr. Beefstruck all alone. If Tunisian Riders can find a safe way to get off of this mountain, they might just still have a chance to get back into the zone. I think if they go more to the right, they could jump off slighter ledges one at a time. Okay, they did actually make it down. So, I mean, if they can make it down the mountain safely, they could maybe take out Mr. Beefstruck. But, I mean, they're really in a pretty bad spot right now because Mr. Beefstruck knows they're up there, and the only way they can get down is by falling down.
Yeah. Mr. Beefstruck can gate his scene. Needs to be careful of Bish just right next to him, yeah. Right on the opposite side of this ridge here. As he's just trying to see. Does spot out Bish there in front of him. What does he do here? Does he take on the fight or does he wait for Tunisian Risers to make their movement in? I mean, a lot of things going through this young man's head. And Diablo actually spots him out there. And Mag gets eliminated out in 5th position. Bish with a good position here to kind of gate Tunisian Risers. But Tunisian Risers aren't going out without a fight here.
Yeah, I mean, definitely they've been... I mean, not that they really need to do anything. If I got a panty like that, I would just like be at the mic drop, you know,
yeah,
scenario. But I mean, really doing some good work. Getting the first round bench, getting the first knock, you know, really doing some great work. Keeping the one player up on the mountain for the flanking potential. Getting the shots on the left, just not able to get the knock just yet. And okay, Diablo gets the knock on the left. That gets straight onto Info. But Diablo just doing so much damage from up on the mountain.
Yes, Diablo is busy working on, but he doesn't spot out Zach just to his right-hand side. Yeah, does he spot him out? We'll take off X-ray there. He should spot him out walking there, but he's just busy finishing. But Zach is going to punish him for not going after himself there. He had full view of Zach there, but now Zach against 1 member of Tunisian Risers, and that is a dead rat here just on the mountain area. Doesn't spot him out yet. But Zach gets taking the shots there by the goats. Will spot him out here. 1 more bullet in the head might just do it, but he does manage to get himself laid down here. But a dead rat going to make his movement up just above him, yeah. And you know he's also going to get shot by the goats here. So both these 2 teams here, I mean, where it started out okay, is not working out. It is just playing into the goats' hands at this stage. Does he spot him out?
Oh, and the dead rat just winning out that fight.
1 HP.
1 HP, that level. Okay.
What did he have?
So
level 3 vest now, vest. Yeah. So I mean that helped him.
Just helping him there.
Yeah, 100%. And now the goats have to deal with friendly fire and 1 of Tunisian Risers, and the goats have got the superior advantage in this play here. I mean, on those edges.
The goats have to be happy. They have to be happy. I mean, they've been sitting here the entire game.
Oh, yeah.
Just shooting at people, rotating past them, shooting at people, jumping and fighting up on the mountain. You know, I think they've been having a great game, just shooting at everyone. You know? So, I mean, definitely their game to lose at this stage. Let's see if Friendly Fire can do any damage to them.
Turbo does do some damage on towards Pedro there, and he'll go back to get himself some meds. And now we just wait. The smokes come out. This is good from Friendly Fire. The smokes are coming out just to cover themselves just a little bit as they're trying to get themselves in towards this next circle. But, you know, goats have got that superior advantage. The dead rat, if he maybe gets one of these knocks onto the goats, could turn the table around here, because it could just maybe make the goats panic just a little bit here. But you know, a dead rat could be a bit of a spoiler here for the goats maybe later on. But here come the Friendly Fire members. The smokes are out. They're ready to go, but Altobo spots that in a very, very tight angle. And Friendly Fire just quickly get eliminated by the zone there. Now, 3v1, Tunisian Rises. What can a Dead Rat do now?
I mean, we've seen a Dead Rat hit some nasty shots, you know? So, I mean, if he can start picking the goats off one by one, he has a chance. But, I mean, the goats already spreading out, using this ridge to their advantage. So, I mean, I don't think they're going to let him get anything off of this.
No, I don't think so. He's going to get pushed on from two sides. Swifter spots him out, and the goats will take out the third chicken dinner of the evening with 8 kills. A fantastic job there. I mean, getting that RNG zone circle luck, let's be honest, but I mean, they still managed to getting 8 kills in the end of the day. You know, they just didn't sit, like you were saying earlier, they didn't sit there and do nothing. They were shooting at almost everybody.
Yeah, I mean, people rotating past them. I mean, Friendly Fire even tried to push up onto them in the earlier stages of that zone. So, I mean, them holding their position strong, you know, so at the end of the day, it is a worthy win for them. You know, they didn't just sit in the compound and do nothing. They were shooting, they were tagging people, and they were basically keeping people away from their center compound.
Yeah, 100%. And for the Tunisian Risers here, I think we haven't seen too much of them, right? And they seem to like have some bad zones in Miramar especially, and they don't seem to just get themselves going. But in this game, I mean, picking up a total of 11 kills, yes, 11 kills in total. I mean, they're going to be ecstatic. I mean, second position, 11 kills. This may be the kickstart. And that pan kill as well.
Is that our first pan kill ever?
I think it may be our first pan kill like that ever.
Because, I mean, we've seen some pan hits. And we've seen some like pan flushes, but I don't think we've seen like a pan like actual kill.
Yeah, I mean that was pretty epic from TGN. But I mean for them, I think this is a good start. This will be a good motivating booster for them as well. Bish unfortunately come out in third with no kills. In fourth, no, sorry, it's Friendly Fire. Sorry, in third. Bish will finish out in fourth with 3 kills, and rounding up our top 5 was the Mag team, finishing out with a total of 7 kills there as well. And that is the third match done and dusted. We'll be moving on to our last match of the evening very shortly, so stay tuned guys, we'll be back very soon. And we in for the last game of the evening, 10 seconds before everyone hops into that plane. Yet again, leading in our points, we have Mag with 49 points. In second position, Team Majesty is still holding up there with 32 points. The Goats push themselves up to 26 points in third, with also 26 points is Silent Killers in fourth. In fifth, the Smurfs with 21 points. And then we have in sixth position Extended Mag with 19, and Tunisian rises in seventh with 18, and rounding up your top 8, Gosp with 16 points. And this flight path a lot more kinder to teams, Viking.
Yeah, I think this is the general flight path you'd like to see. You know, you can basically reach any place on the map. I think the only team that does not like this plane path is probably the Smurfs, because they like to loot the Georgia Pool area.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think except from them, I think everyone else is happy.
Yeah, everyone is going to be happy. And Are we gonna see? Wait a second.
What is going on here?
Where is
We,
Team
we
Mag-
do. See, Majesty is helping us Naya. We do have a hard drop in Pachinki, but that is Rusty squad trying to take on the Silent Killers in Pachinki.
This is a new thing coming out from the Rusty squad, that's for sure. We got a couple teams, or 3 teams trying to move in towards Gatka here. We got Mag, we have the Walking Dead, and we have Tunisian Rises. But Mag very much split up here, so it'll be interesting to see if they continue on that rotation path. Majesty opting to go to Yasnaya. I mean,
as you can see, I think they did lose Vega there. I'm not sure if he just didn't load in, or what happened there. But yeah, so I mean, maybe they just didn't want to go for the fight as a 3-man.
Franny.
Silent Killer on the other side though, making a really strong push onto Rusty's squad here.
Yeah, I mean, Franny's already been eliminated. Serenity down to very low HP, and the push is coming out here from Gyato. And much that Serenity can do will be holding themselves in the back end of this compound, and they will get the knock on to Serenity, and Serenity will be eliminated out of the lobby, just leaving Wingat left alive here in Pachinki. And I want to see what's happening. Winchat. Well, I mean, Mag though, in between the Walking Dead here, Get Wrecked and Resnat will be sitting inside Gatka with the 3-man of the Walking Dead here, and the rest of them I think are sitting in the end of Chopsticks and the compound just further down towards the south. And this circle yet again.
I mean, just look at this circle, dude. I mean, I'm just happy I'm not the one playing in both of these games. I mean, having 2 military island circles after another, that just put my morale down.
So we know what'll get morale down for Inexorable Gaming, guys. So everyone just wish for military circles on Sunday. That's pretty much how something like that. But the Walking Dead do lose the 1 member, and just for the members of Mag, I mean, they're not stopping here. This seems like a pretty solid squad coming in here.
I mean, it's quite a new team, obviously. I mean, they have the potential to be a good team, and we'll need to see how they perform in the champion battle, if they do make it to next week Sunday's champion battle with the Elo system. I mean, which they should. But yeah, I mean, it's going to be interesting to see how they do against the better teams. Obviously, I mean, first time they're playing together tonight, everything's going well. But at the end of the day, it's how a team works and plays in the worst times that shows you how good the team actually is.
Bish make the early rotate across the bridge here, but left will get some tags on towards Vent. Vent trying to see if he can get any more tags on towards the Bish team as they make the rotation across. There, it's actually stopped on top, but he's flipped his... How did he do that?
I don't know. How do you even do that on a flat terrain?
That's a little bit odd there for him. Very unfortunate as well there for there. His West Sandog is going to come for his
better actually took out Resnet in Gatka.
Yeah. So we got the Walking Dead pushing back on towards Mag here, and here comes Better up and pushing up a little slightly. He's got the Tommy gun and SLR. I mean, nothing really much in terms of major firepower in terms of AR, but that SLR you can do some damage on. But Getred's going to push across quickly. He's only got the Vector and VSS in hands.
But Beefstruck and Patty actually coming to assist on this fight. There is not getting knocked there. They just want to clear this fight out so that they can start rotating.
Yeah, it looks like they just want to finish this one out here, and it looks like Better is going to eliminate himself out of this lobby here. Now deny that point towards Mag, and they'll go out in 15th position there in the end of the day.
It's an interesting play there. I wonder if he was actually, did he deny himself, or was he actually trying to cook a nade onto one of the Mag
He denied himself. He definitely denied himself. Majesty gonna take on towards the boat here. The 3 members that are left here inside. Vega as you mentioned. Didn't really get into the lobby here. I see him inside the waiting match screen, but it looks like he may have had some troubles coming in. But Majesty, you know, they survive, and now we can see what they can do. You know, this is when they become dangerous. But even as a 3-man, they will become dangerous. Death Seekers rotating in from the north here on boat as well. The Wasps are gonna, the Smurfs. Got that wrong again. The Smurfs are gonna come in from the north as well. They're gonna come in from the northwest here. And it's pretty. It looks like Genesis are waiting for kind of a bridge camp here.
Yeah, I mean this is Genesis's normal looting structure. Born Slippy loots this compound off to his right, while the rest of his team usually lands on the other side of the bridge. I don't know if they're just struggling to find vehicles or if they're actually waiting for a bridge camp. I see there is a bug here on the northern part of the bridge, but this is how Genesis usually plays it. So I'm just not sure if they are wanting to gatekeep some teams or if they are still just looting up and trying to get to Bone Slippy.
Yeah.
More southern part of them, I see Tunisian Riders actually sitting in the central compound now. I think they rotated really early there from Gatka Chopstick side and just sent it across the bridge even before Genesis set up this bridge block. So I mean, really fast rotation coming out of the Tunisian Riders, and it seems like it paid off. We'll need to wait for the later stage of the game. The only issue is a Dead Rat is sitting far onto the left, going in Primorsk.
Let's see if he can make it towards his team. He may actually just take also a boat across as well. There's an option for that as well to get himself a little bit further and negate the bridge camp altogether. But it looks like the Genesis team are busy moving up towards Born Slippy here. Mitch Main are very separated from his team. The rest in that crossroads on the eastern bridge side. So he's busy getting in themselves a slot inside the zone here. But his team's going to have to rotate really quickly though.
Yeah. Molten actually getting the knock here. Seems like they beached their boats here in the Nova area next to Team Bish. So I mean, taking up the 3v4 fight here and getting the first knock onto Zandog. But I mean, once again, Majesty getting into a fight now. Let's see how they perform once they've all looted up and in their fighting mindset.
Yeah, this is where you have to be careful. The grenade is good here from Archine yet again, and only one member sitting here for that. And the grenades are just too good there. Zach now needs to pull himself away from this. Left trying to fight against this, but Milton's going to take out left there as well. And across the corner here comes Archine, and Bish are going to be eliminated out in 14th position. And this is what you fear. Team Majesty going into this game, they are set up to get this win here. I mean, this team, look how methodical they are when they actually get out of their loot drops, you know.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. I think even those nades, the nade usage, really
is so good as well.
Like, well done from them. They're getting the first two knocks, you know, flushing them out with the nades, not giving the team Bish like any chance of resetting there. I mean, just getting the knocks and then using it to their advantage, pushing hard.
Genesis does complete a bridge camp there, and a Dead Rat will fall to the Rusty Genesis there. Good work coming out there from the Genesis crew. Looks like the Tunisian Risers are going to continue on the way, but Bitchmain going to take out Kipu, and they're separating themselves here a lot. Here is the Tunisian Risers, as Mitchmain will pick up that kill, but is he going to get pulled up here by the remaining members of Tunisian Risers? Doesn't look like it at this stage, as the rest of his team now make their way over towards Mitchmain, and the circle shift is about to show us still 4 teams on the North Island there, along also 6 teams, I guess, or sorry, 5 teams, I guess, with Gasp making their way, and that is a hard shift if you've ever seen one.
Yeah, but I mean, this is more of the usual that we've been getting lately, you know. So I don't think the teams are too set back on the zone. We've seen it even in PGIS a few times now. I mean, so I don't think teams will be too stuck. The goats sitting on the same ridge where the goats like to play on this ridge, you know. This is, if it's military island, you'll find them sitting here. So I mean, the goats sitting where they want to be. So yeah, I think the teams definitely need to make their way down now. But it's not that unknown. I think a lot of teams know where they need to get to. It's just a matter of fact of how are they going to get there.
Yeah, Paddy pulls up here. Obi has got a good sideline. Good headshot there coming out from Obi straight away, getting the headshot. But Paddy's car's busy rolling away, and Obi gonna take out Paddy TV there. No issues there for the Smurfs. And now the Mag team, do they decide to push onto this? Do they have enough time to push onto the 27 seconds before the zone will start to shrink in? And it looks like the members of Mag are just going to pull their vehicles into safety there for Resnad, but it looks like they're going to take on this fight here.
I mean, interesting call coming out of them. Maybe they're just thinking that they might die on the bridge, so they might just try and get some more points before they do so. I mean, maybe they just really want the boat that the Smurfs are heading towards. I mean, it's going to be interesting to see how this turns out. All these teams still needing to cross the bridge, and Rusty Genesis is actually giving up the bridge camp and rather going to go back and try and get into the zone.
Yeah, Team Wolf cars are going to spot them out there as well, and not going to have much shots towards them. Only 3 times for Millie on his SLR, but they will get that across there. Both teams out of the zone at this stage. The Smurfs will get into the boat, and for Mag here, it's going to be a tough road here. Do they have a boat on this side of the island? They do have the one further down there towards the western side as Cans gets taken out by Milton, and Team Majesty now pulling up towards the goats here. Does get spotted out by Turbo, and let's see what happens here between these two teams.
I mean, Majesty, at least they still have quite some cover. The goats are too far away to really push onto any knocks, but definitely the Deathseeker sitting in a quite a peculiar position, stuck there on the shore. Majesty gatekeeping them, the goats just above them. I don't think they have anywhere to go. I mean, luckily Majesty just pulls away from the battle, you know, so this eases up the pressure onto Deathseekers, and now they can maybe just try and kill some players off here of goats.
Yeah. I mean, Deathseekers is going to be tough for them to get out of this piece of land here as this blue zone continues to shrink in here, and then the more fire coming out there from the Rusty Genesis crew on towards the Friendly Fire. Wants to be trying to see if he can find himself an angle on towards Friendly Fire there as well. But for a lot of these teams, I mean, we got Rusty squad sitting in the north there. The circle shifts down towards the south of the map and pushing more teams out of this. But what are the Deathseekers doing here? They're gonna, looks like they're gonna just swim underneath and try and maybe get into a boat or drown themselves, I would say. Looks like they are down and out now. I mean, there's no ways.
I think that the goats spotted them in the boat.
Yeah.
And I think they just don't want to give the goats any more points. So, I mean, they're low. If they come up now, the goats will just shoot them anyway. So just denying that points in the end of the day.
Yeah, indeed it will. I mean, this is a format where, you know, they call it the super settings format. You know, every kill is a point, you know. So, you know, for these guys, it's definitely something that's, you know, to deny points can literally push you a little bit further up the map as well for your own team. You know, deny those people maybe who are behind you. The goats are ahead of their seekers at this point. But Milton spotted out the team of Gosp, and Spartacus getting that knock onto one of the members of Gosp there. But I think Majesty in a favorable position for now.
I think both. Well, actually, 3 teams sitting in a really good position. Division Riders, Gosp, and Majesty.
Smurfs gonna get pulled up here. Goats are gonna quickly spot out, and here the Smurfs pull up in the boat here. Obi's gonna get knocked out straight away there, and now the Smurfs need to try and get up this hill, and this is not going to be good for the Smurfs here, as now the goats are going to continue on this push towards the Smurfs down below this ridge area here.
And Swifton does get a knock with that nade. Getting the knock onto Asset there, they're making a strong push now. Getting the knock onto King on Deep, keeping Storm alive. There's not much that the Smurfs can do now.
Nah, there's not much. Storm going to hide in between the rocks now, but the one member of Goats is going to push down here. Can he win out the fight? He can indeed. and the Smurfs will get eliminated out in 12th position there. Good push there coming out from the Goats, really being aggressive and taking on the fight there towards the Goats there, as one of the members of Born Slippy rotates straight in towards Team Majesty. As Team Majesty
that was quite strange because Majesty was actually busy shooting at Gasp. So I don't know if Born Slippy was rotating without his sound or something, but I mean, even the vehicles were out in the open. It's going to be quite interesting, or I would like to know why he was just rotating straight onto Majesty there. But at the end of the day, I mean, Frenchie and Deerwood are still alive on the western part of the map. I mean, they're still in the running to get higher up in that leaderboard.
Oh, yeah, definitely. So, we got the Arcania busy having a look on towards Gospia. Titans, we're going to get a couple of knocks on towards him. Nothing much at this stage, but yeah, 6 kills for them. Wolf Quad's trying to get in from the north-hand side. They're going to have to make a dash over towards the broken down plains. Mag still trying to get themselves in as Deerval takes a couple shots over towards Mag. And not much really happening on this side of the map for now. I mean, Deervalt and Frenchie are going to have to do some work here for their team as the circle shifts up towards the north of the playable area and leaving 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 basically teams out of the circle for now.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see too many teams just dying straight out of the bat on the zone. I mean, it feels like there's enough space for all the teams to move into. It will just come down to where these teams choose to go to, you know? I mean, the only team that I think might struggle, but depending on if they have vehicles, is the Rasi Genesis team currently getting gate-kept by
2 different teams.
By Mag. I think Frenchie actually has a buggy. So he might be able to pick up Deerwood and just get into a spot in the zone. But it seems like he will rather opt to just leave by himself.
Oh, but he's going to be rotating straight into friendly fire here, Viking. Sorry to interrupt you there, but oh, he does just pull away there just in time. But he stops just above them here. Does friendly fire spot this one out? Lols does spot him out though. And Frenchie going to get tagged up from behind there. And Genesis under a bit of pressure here.
I mean, definitely not in the situation that Frenchie was expecting to be. I think he wanted to get the high ground here so that he could assist Deerwold in his fight with Mag. But now having to back off, well, fight back a team of 4 people. I mean, definitely what he wanted to be. Maybe he tries to get into the buggy and just leave this position. Yeah.
Oh, he runs straight into the tree.
Interesting to see where it goes.
Yeah, he runs straight into the tree, but he's going to get himself out of this. He can't get to this little compound over here because this is free as well, but he opts to pull back here. This is going to be an interesting rotate coming out from Frenchie as Silent Killers now come up towards the Goats here as the drive-by attempted here. And Tornado will get the knock onto one of the Goats members. Fully flush him out as he rotates straight in towards him, leaving it down to 3 members of the Goats. And where do the Goats land here? They're going to be in a bit of spot of bother here from a lot of the teams, depending where they want to land up. They got the members of Extended Mag straight here. They will spot out that, and looks like they will make themselves a home just on the opposite side of this ridge here. Extended Mag need to be careful from behind. This Turbo gets a knock on towards Vent, and looks like they might just get this one out. The Molotov's going to come out here from him, and that's not going to hit onto anybody.
I mean, that was a really good spray there with the UMP. I mean, yes, the SMGs are easier to control, but still, like, to shoot the UMP at that distance and hit all those bullets, I mean, a really good job from him.
Diablo does get the knock onto one of the members of Goats as the reses come out there from them, and they can just hold this one out here. But Friendly Fire looking to see as the circle shifts over towards the western side of the map of the playable area. Diablo does manage to get himself out of this though. He's busy on his belly just behind this rock here. Give himself that angle. Frenchie on top of the hill just above him will give him some cover there as well. But Griffin will take out one of the members of Gasp as that K9 shot comes out. And what does Team Wolf Quads do from here? Can they get maybe another knock? Mr. Loot is busy getting up his teammate. And Silent Killers and Team Majesty making their rotations in towards the zones. Team Majesty will beat everybody towards the plane path there, towards the broken down plains. And Frenchie going to take some shots over towards Mag here.
Silent Killer is really getting into a good spot here out of the situation that they were in. I thought Majesty might have taken this area, but Majesty, seeing that the Broken Plains were still empty because of Warwalk and Gasp fighting it out earlier, I think a really good rotation coming out of Majesty here.
Yeah, as Griffin will get eliminated out there in the end of the day. And Wolf Quad's looking for space to play here, and there's really not much space here for them at this stage. As we see them kind of just lagging out here just a little bit. But where do they go? It looks like Silent Killers are going to just take all sorts of shots over towards the Wolf Quads here. One gets knocked out there. Tornado will get that knock. Can they finish it out? They do indeed. HK Magic will secure that kill for themselves, and it just leaves Millie just alive here. But where does Millie go? No space here. He's going to get gated from a couple of teams here.
But Lead getting taken out here from Gasp. Gasp actually having a two split, sandwiching Majesty team in the center.
Oof.
Quite an interesting play coming out of Gasp here, leaving their two team members behind, moving in by foot. I mean, taking out Spartacus now as well, leaving only Molten, as Molten will just try to clear his one flank first.
Yeah, and we saw Tunisian Rises eliminating the friendly fire guys in the background there, as we see also Team Wolf Quads get eliminated. Our Spartacus is going to get naded out there, and it just leaves Milton left alive here for Team Majesty. As you said, Gus did a good job here to trying to split the Majesty crew up here, and he is just going to be holding his position for now. Patrick will take out one of the members of the... Who did he take out now?
He knocked Ali Turbo.
Ali Turbo. But the fight here from the members of Tunisian Rises, that was a good little fight there. The MK going large there for them. Tunisian Rises will hear that shot coming out. Frenchie gets spotted out in the open here. The MK does the damage, and the Rusty Genesis will get eliminated out in 8th position there, as Extended Mag does spot them out there from that little compound as well. Can TNG do some more magic with that gun, as the two members of Goats trying to find a position inside the zone here, and this is becoming very, very difficult for them.
I mean, just like excluding so many.
You breaking up there? Viking? Seems that we've lost Mr. Viking there in the transmission. That's a little bit odd and weird. Hopefully he comes back fairly shortly. But Gospel continue on their rotations here, and Mr. Beefchuck trying to see what he can do out here. The Goats are just behind him, but Gospel Mr. Loot will take some good shots on towards him as well. As now, what can they do here from the Gospel perspective? It does the circle does go down towards the south. Tunisian Risers are going to be happy about this one, but Silent Killers still with all 4 members up here are going to be very happy with the way things are going there. And Mr. Buchak will jump in towards his buggy as he makes his rotation over towards his team. Can he find that opening that he needs? Goats will get eliminated out there, as well as Gasp rotate themselves in towards Extended Mag, and that's Gasp out in 5th position, leaving our top 4 teams. We've got Silent Killers who are now taking shots on towards the Extended Mag team. We head quicker, gonna get taken out very quickly. Patrick left alive here, last member alive here, and he's gonna get taken out by Tunisian Risers as TNG twists up. And now Diablo gonna take out a member of Silent Killers. Giotto goes a knock on towards him, just leaving TNG here with his MK. Can he do some damage on towards Silent Killers? Can he maybe secure one of those kills? Does spot out Giotto there. Takes the shots on towards him. Can he do it on towards the end there? The grenades come his way. Does not get the more grenades coming out his way as well. Flashbangs. But Mr. Beefchuck will spot him from behind. And the Team Mag will be, Tunisian Risers will be eliminated now. Leaves on a 3v4 there. Again, Team Mag versus the Silent Killers. Who's going to win out this one here? You can see that Mag trying to advance onto his position, get underneath the way of the Silent Killers. And let's see who can win out the last chicken dinner. And at the end, can Silent Killers make it 4 different chicken dinner winners in a row? Sinade does spot out Resnat. And the shots come back on from Mr. Beefchuck. Resnat just going to be getting some meds up over there. We got the sight lines here. The man advantage going towards Silent Killers here. As the shots get rained out towards them. As Silent Killers push their way around us. But have they spotted out Get Wrecked from the side there? Has not indeed. As Mr. B-Truck does some good work there as well. And the shots come around. Get Wrecked will get the vector kill on towards them as well. Can Resna do anything about this? Is Gyato going to be taking his around there? Resna gets knocked out. Now leaving on a 2v2 here. Mr. B-Truck with that Groza in hand. Can he do anything to win out this fight? He gets tagged through the smokes though. And Mr. B-Truck with the Groza will have some sort of advantage. Gyato will get him out and leaving just Get Wrecked left alive against two members. Tornado and Gyato gonna be the last two here. 7 kills here for Mag and it'll just be left. Can the Vector win it out here for Mr. Get Wrecked here? Silent Killers doing what they do best. Really doing a good job here. Holding the line. Getting a couple knocks, not winning it out there, but he's going to show out his position here as he pulls back. But Tornado will spot him out. And Silent Killers will be your 4th different chicken dinner winner this evening with 12 kills in the end. It's been fantastic from them. And that will certainly push them up that leaderboard as well. Securing themselves maybe even a 2nd position here towards that as well. It's going to be close, ladies and gents. It's going to be close. I think Mag have won out the lobby in total with that 2nd position and their 7 kills, but great work coming out there from Silent Killers. As I said, Mag will finish out in 2nd with 7 kills. The Tunisian Risers will finish out with 6 kills. TNG going large there in 3rd position, and that's going to definitely have a big confidence booster there for the Tunisian Risers. That is for sure. In 4th position, Extended Mag will finish out with 4 kills, and rounding up your top 5 will be the GOSP team, our newly appointed team coming in with 4 kills, and they had a pretty good night. I think they're going to be happy with the way things started out inside PUBG Africa. And ladies and gents, that is match number 4. That's the evening. Unfortunately, we lost Mr. Viking there in the end. I'm not entirely sure what happened to him. I don't see him talking at this moment. I see him in the Discord, but I don't see him talking at the moment, so I'm not entirely sure what happened to Mr. Viking. But anyway, I'm sure he I would like to say thanks to him for casting the games with me tonight. That was really cool. I hope to have him next week yet again, and it's really fun to get him his point of view on things as well. So big thanks to Viking, and a big thanks to the teams and players, and obviously you guys, the viewers as well. Thank you so much for joining us this evening for PUBG Africa's Challenger Battle Series. We move on to Sunday, where our champions, our top 16 and the ELO leaderboard, will be playing on 5 rounds, 2 Miramar, 3 Erangel. Remember, ! power play. Get your votes in for the power play for this last week, for week number 6, and you can get your favorite player or favorite play will win out a case of monsters sponsored by Sin Eater. And from myself, thank you so much, guys. I will see you guys on Sunday. Have a fantastic rest of the week. Stay safe out there, and we'll see you then.